In the heart of our planet, beyond the reach of warmth and light, lies a world frozen in time. The vast, untouched wilderness of Antarctica, where the wind howls through ancient glaciers, where the ice holds secrets older than the first human steps. Here, in the deepest chasms and beneath the thickest layers of ice, is a land that holds more than just frozen waters. It guards mysteries, some ancient, some so profound that even the most daring explorers have yet to comprehend them fully. As we venture into this frozen desert, we come closer to the edge of discovery, where the past and future collide in the silence of ice. Before we journey deeper into this frozen wilderness, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to uncover more hidden wonders of our world. Now prepare yourself for an adventure into the unknown. In the desolate expanse of Antarctica, the silence is profound, almost oppressive. The land stretches endlessly beneath a sky that seems as cold as the ice it hosts. It is a place where time stands still, and yet, in that stillness, it tells the story of eons. The ice of Antarctica is not merely frozen water. It is an ancient archive, a monument to an era long past, and a silent observer of the Earth's transformation. Every crack, every ridge, every frozen layer within the glaciers holds the echoes of centuries, a testament to a world that once thrived, long before humanity's first steps. As you stand before it, the sheer size of the continent overwhelms. Miles upon miles of untouched snow stretching to the horizon, seemingly endless. The wind howls through the icy expanse, its voice a constant companion, both a warning and a reminder of the land's power. The wind here is not just air, it is a force, a living entity that shifts the snow, reshapes the landscape, and leaves its mark on everything it touches. It is the voice of Antarctica, speaking to those who dare to listen. The glaciers that carve through the land are like frozen rivers, winding through the terrain with a deliberate grace, their ancient flow halted in time. These are not mere chunks of ice, but rivers of history, each layer a chapter in the planet's long and storied existence. Beneath the surface, trapped in the ice, are fossils, remnants of life forms that once called this land home. But the ice doesn't just preserve the past, it hides it. To uncover these secrets, one must be willing to venture deeper, beyond the ice sheet, into the heart of the continent where the past and present collide. The ice is not just a frozen surface, it is a doorway, a gateway into the Earth's deep, forgotten corners. As scientists and explorers have learned time and time again, the deeper you go, the more the ice reveals. It whispers its secrets in the creaking of glaciers and the crack of an ice shelf. And yet, for all its power, Antarctica remains an enigma. It is a land that speaks in a language that only the brave, the patient, and the determined can understand. To witness the ice at sunrise, when the soft glow of the first light touches the towering peaks of glaciers, is to feel the full weight of the continent's majesty. The light dances upon the ice, casting long shadows that seem to stretch back into time itself. The sky, a pale blue canvas, reflects upon the snow, giving everything a surreal, ethereal glow. In that moment, as the first rays of the sun kiss the frozen landscape, you understand that this land is not just a barren wasteland. It is a living, breathing entity, a place where life, though hidden beneath layers of ice, still pulses through the land in ways we have yet to fully understand. But as majestic as it is, there is a danger to this land. The beauty of the ice is deceptive. It calls to those with curiosity, to those who seek to understand the mysteries that lie beneath its surface. Yet the land is unforgiving. In this frozen wilderness, the line between life and death is razor thin. The ice, in all its grandeur, is also a barrier, a wall that separates the known from the unknown. And to breach that wall requires more than just courage. It demands respect. To survive here, you must first come to terms with the reality of the land. The ice, despite its beauty, is a relentless force. The temperature here can plummet to levels that freeze even the bravest of souls, and the winds cut through clothing like knives. Yet there are those who are drawn to its frozen depths, those who seek to uncover what lies beneath the layers of ice, to reveal the ancient truths that have been hidden for millions of years. As explorers have discovered, there are moments when the ice seems to fight back. It cracks, it shifts, it groans with the weight of its age. The land beneath it is not static. It is alive with change. Yet the ice is patient. It has withstood the test of time, weathering the world's transformations with an endurance that humbles all who come near it. It is not a place that can be tamed or conquered. Instead, it demands understanding, respect, and most importantly, patience. In these vast frozen fields, where every step feels like a journey through time, the ice reveals itself in ways that defy comprehension. For those who venture here, it is not just about survival or discovery. It is about witnessing the earth in its purest, most untamed form. The ice is both a prison and a key to a past that has long since vanished, yet remains locked beneath its frozen surface, waiting for the right moment to be unlocked. With each passing moment, the landscape shifts. The glaciers, once frozen in place, move ever so slowly, their massive walls carving new paths through the earth. Beneath the ice, ancient rivers and lakes, once teeming with life, lie hidden, their waters frozen in a timeless slumber. And as the wind howls across the expanse, it carries with it the weight of the land's long history. Every gust, every flurry of snow tells a story, one of survival, of resilience, and of the land's quiet power over all who dare to walk upon it. This is the silent majesty of ice, a place where time stands still, yet every inch of the landscape is infused with the history of a planet that is ever changing. Antarctica may be frozen, but beneath its icy exterior, there is a pulse, a heartbeat that calls out to those who have the courage to listen. As we journey further into the heart of Antarctica, the scale of its solitude becomes more palpable. The landscape stretches endlessly, as though the ice itself has swallowed any trace of the past. There are no roads, no familiar landmarks, no signs of life, only the purity of a world unbroken by human hands. The horizon is a jagged line of ice, reaching upward like ancient ruins, forgotten by time itself. There's a profound sense of isolation here, one that consumes everything, not just the land, but the very air itself. In this vast emptiness, the silence is not merely a lack of sound, but a presence, a weight that presses down on all who venture through it. But silence is deceptive. For beneath the ice, beneath the frozen crust that seems so still, there is movement, slow, deliberate, and powerful. The glaciers, vast rivers of ancient ice, crawl forward, carving their way through the land with an almost imperceptible motion. The ground beneath is not as solid as it seems. It is in constant flux, shaped and reshaped by the relentless push of ice, the tension of the land, and the unyielding force of nature. Every ridge, every crack tells a story of movement and change. It is a land of transition, one where nothing remains in its original form for long. Yet the ice holds its own secrets. Beneath the surface, far deeper than any human eye can see, lie the fossils of an age long past. Here, trapped within the layers of ice, lie the remains of creatures that once roamed a much warmer Earth. In the ancient ice, we find remnants of life, not just the bones of long-extinct animals, but the traces of the very climate that sustained them. The ice, in its relentless preservation, holds the answers to questions that have been asked for centuries. What was this world like before the ice arrived? What did it look like when lush forests covered the land and vast rivers wound their way through fields of green? The discovery of these fossils, these frozen echoes of the past, offers a glimpse into a world so different from our own that it seems almost impossible to believe it existed. Yet it is here, locked away beneath layers of ice, waiting for those who are brave enough to uncover it. As explorers make their way through the icy wastelands, they know that they are not just witnessing the land of the present. They are standing on the threshold of a forgotten age, one that has been sealed away in the ice for millions of years. The frozen rivers and lakes beneath the ice hold more than just fossils. They hold the keys to understanding how the Earth itself has changed. The ice, acting as a time capsule, preserves more than just the remains of ancient life. It holds the record of the Earth's climate, its atmosphere, and its evolution. For scientists, this frozen archive offers a rare and invaluable opportunity. An opportunity to study the past in ways that were once unimaginable. By analyzing the layers of ice, they can unlock the secrets of the Earth's climate history, tracing its evolution from a time when Antarctica was warm and teeming with life to the cold, barren land it is today. But for all its power, the ice is not infinite. The landscape is changing, slowly, imperceptibly, but changing nonetheless. The ice shelves, which have stood for millennia, are beginning to break apart, their massive chunks floating away into the sea. The glaciers, which once crawled at a glacial pace, are retreating faster than anyone could have predicted. It is a stark reminder that the ice, while seemingly eternal, is not as permanent as we once believed. The forces of nature, ever at work, are reshaping the landscape of Antarctica, altering its frozen visage and threatening to unravel the mysteries that have been hidden beneath the ice for so long. As the ice retreats, so too does the veil that has shrouded Antarctica for millennia. New landscapes emerge, landscapes that were once hidden from view, locked away beneath the unyielding ice. What will these newly exposed areas reveal? What new secrets will be uncovered as the ice gives way to the warming world? The answers are not yet clear, but one thing is certain. As Antarctica's ice continues to melt, we are entering a new era of discovery. A time when the land that has long been locked away will finally reveal its secrets, and with them, the answers to questions that have been asked for centuries. Yet even as the ice melts and the land changes, there is a sense that Antarctica will always remain untouchable. It will always be a land of mystery, a land where the forces of nature still reign supreme. It will forever be a place where time moves differently, where the past, present, and future collide in a frozen world that holds more than we could ever imagine. Antarctica is not just a place on the map. It is a living, breathing testament to the power of the Earth, to its beauty, its fragility, and its ability to endure through the ages. In the end, the ice of Antarctica is more than just frozen water. It is a reflection of the world itself, a world that, like the ice, is always in motion, always changing, and always full of secrets waiting to be discovered. The further you travel across Antarctica, the more you begin to sense that this land is not just a place, but an experience. An experience shaped by the cold, the silence, and the weight of ancient time. The vast emptiness of the land has a way of making you feel both insignificant and profoundly connected to something much larger than yourself. Each gust of wind, each whisper of snow feels as though it is carrying the stories of countless generations frozen in time and held captive by the relentless power of ice. The landscape, in its desolation, is not devoid of beauty. There is an elegance in the simplicity of the snow-covered plains, the towering peaks of ice that rise like silent guardians over the frozen world. But even in its beauty, there is an underlying harshness, a reminder that Antarctica is a land that demands respect. The ice, with all its elegance, is merciless to those who underestimate it. It holds its secrets tightly, and only those who can endure the extremes of this environment are allowed glimpses into its hidden depths. In this unforgiving place, the temperature is a constant enemy. It is a land where the air itself seems to freeze your breath before it even escapes your lungs. The cold here is not just a sensation, it is a force, an oppressive presence that seeps into your bones, numbing you to the world around you. The wind, ever present, cuts through you like a blade, its chill seeping into every layer of clothing, every crack in your skin. It is a reminder that in Antarctica, nature reigns supreme. The land does not care for your plans, your ambitions, or your hopes. It simply exists, indifferent and timeless. And yet, within this harsh reality, there is a strange sense of peace. It is the kind of peace that only comes when you are in the presence of something far greater than yourself. In Antarctica, there is no noise, no distractions, no interruptions. It is a place where the soul can breathe, where the mind can clear itself of the clutter of the world and focus on the profound silence that surrounds you. The stillness of this land allows you to listen in a way that few places on earth can offer. It is in this silence that the land's secrets begin to reveal themselves. But the silence is not empty. It is filled with the sound of the ice, the creaking of glaciers as they move ever so slowly across the land, the distant rumble of icebergs calving from the edges of the glaciers, and the soft crack of a crevasse splitting open beneath the surface. The ice is alive in its own way, a slow, steady rhythm that speaks of a time long gone and a world that has evolved beyond recognition. The ice is not static. It is constantly shifting, constantly changing, as though the land itself is in the process of transformation, waiting for the right moment to reveal the next chapter in its history. As explorers venture deeper into the icy wilderness, they are not just confronting the physical challenges of the land, they are confronting the passage of time itself. Each step through the snow, each breath of frozen air, brings them closer to the realization that they are moving through a space that is both timeless and ephemeral. The land they tread upon has been here long before they arrived, and it will remain long after they have gone. In this frozen world, humanity is but a fleeting presence, a brief interruption in the natural cycle of life. Yet it is in these fleeting moments that the true majesty of Antarctica is revealed. It is not in the grandiose landscapes or the towering glaciers, but in the quiet moments. The moments when the ice whispers its secrets, when the wind carries the stories of those who have come before. It is in the silent majesty of this land that we are reminded of our place in the world, our connection to the earth, and the fragile nature of life itself. As we stand before the ice, gazing out across the endless expanse of white, we are faced with a profound question. What will we leave behind? The ice, in all its beauty and power, will continue to exist long after we are gone. It will remain a silent witness to the passage of time, preserving the Earth's secrets for future generations to uncover. But for now, we stand at the threshold, looking out at a world that is as old as time itself, and we are filled with wonder and awe at the infinite mysteries that lie hidden beneath the surface. Antarctica is a land of paradoxes, a place of extreme isolation and yet deep connection, of harshness and beauty, of time and timelessness. It is a land that forces us to confront our own fragility, our own place in the grand scheme of things. And as we journey deeper into this frozen world, we are reminded that some mysteries are not meant to be solved. They are meant to be experienced, to be felt in the soul, and to be understood only in the quiet moments of reflection that come in the presence of something greater than ourselves. The silent majesty of the ice is not just in its beauty, it is in its power. It is a land that will not yield its secrets easily, and yet it offers glimpses of something profound, something beyond the reach of human understanding. To walk upon the frozen land of Antarctica is to step into a world where the past and the present coexist, where time moves differently, and where the silence speaks louder than words ever could. Beneath the frozen expanse of Antarctica, the secrets of an ancient world lie waiting, buried beneath layers of ice and time. The surface, untouched by the hands of humanity for millennia, holds more than just a barren landscape. It conceals the echoes of a past long forgotten, preserved in the ice as if sealed in a crypt. Yet unlike a tomb that marks an end, the ice here is a vessel, a time capsule, keeping the stories of Earth's history locked away, waiting for the key to unlock its mysteries. The glaciers that blanket this icy desert are more than just frozen rivers. They are living archives, preserving ancient secrets, the likes of which we have only begun to uncover. Within their depths, encased in a world of cold, there are remnants of a time when the earth was a very different place. A time when forests thrived and ancient creatures roamed freely across the land. As the glaciers shift and crack under their own weight, the ice gives us small glimpses into this forgotten world, offering fleeting glimpses of a time that once existed, but is now trapped beneath layers of frozen water. As explorers dig deeper into the ice, they discover fossils, the bones of creatures that once walked the earth long before humans ever set foot on it. These fossils, preserved in the ancient ice, offer a connection to a distant past, a world that seems unimaginable in the context of today's frozen wilderness. And yet, here they are, locked in the ice, waiting to be discovered. It is as if the ice, in its eternal stillness, has preserved these traces of life in a moment, frozen in time, holding them for us to study, to learn from, and perhaps to understand how this world once thrived. But the ice doesn't just preserve fossils, it preserves history itself. The layers of ice, stretching deep beneath the surface, are like the rings of a tree, each one marking a different period in Earth's history. These layers hold clues to the planet's climate, its cycles of warmth and cold, its shifts in atmosphere, and the slow dance of glaciation and thawing. By studying these layers, scientists are able to reconstruct a history of the Earth's climate, tracing its changes over thousands of years. What did this world look like before the ice arrived? How did the Earth change? And what did that mean for the creatures that called it home? It is not just the remnants of life that lie beneath the ice, but the very essence of our planet's past. As the glaciers melt, they reveal ancient rivers, hidden lakes, and long-dried oceans, all buried beneath layers of ice. These ancient waters hold secrets of a world that once existed, a world where life flourished under different conditions. The ice, it seems, is not just a barrier, but a window into the past, a window through which we can peer into the history of our planet. And yet, for all the secrets it holds, the ice is not eager to give them up. It keeps its answers hidden, waiting for the right moment to reveal them. The deeper the explorers venture, the more they uncover, but the more the ice resists. The glaciers, in their vast and slow-moving nature, are an unpredictable force. They shift and crack with an eerie groan, as though warning those who dare to venture too far. The ice is not merely a frozen landscape, but a living entity, ever-changing, ever-shifting, always guarding its secrets. And yet, despite its resistance, the ice also offers clues, small pieces of the puzzle that, when put together, reveal a picture of a world that existed long before humanity arrived. One of the most fascinating discoveries beneath the ice is the presence of ancient microbes. Trapped in the frozen waters, these microscopic life forms have survived for millions of years, locked in suspended animation. The discovery of these ancient microbes is a revelation. They offer a glimpse into the resilience of life, the ability to adapt and survive in even the harshest of conditions. And as scientists study these microbes, they begin to wonder, what else might the ice hold? What other forms of life, perhaps more complex, might still be hidden beneath the frozen surface, waiting for the right moment to emerge? But it is not just the past that lies beneath the ice. The future, too, is contained within the frozen depths. As the glaciers melt, they release ancient waters that have been trapped for millions of years. These waters, once isolated from the outside world, hold the potential to unlock new discoveries, new ecosystems, new species, and perhaps even new insights into the nature of life itself. The melting ice is not just a symbol of the planet's changing climate, but a harbinger of the unknown. As the ice recedes, we find ourselves standing at the threshold of new discoveries, new frontiers, and new challenges. The beauty of Antarctica lies not just in its frozen wilderness, but in the promise of what lies beneath. The ice holds more than just fossils and ancient rivers. It holds the key to understanding the history of our planet, the nature of life, and the future of our world. In the depths of Antarctica's frozen labyrinth, there is a treasure far greater than gold, the knowledge of the Earth's past, present, and future. And as we continue to explore and uncover the secrets hidden within the ice, we are reminded that there is still so much more to learn, so much more to discover, and so much more to protect. The ice, in all its stillness, is not a barrier to knowledge. It is a gateway, a door to a world that exists beyond the surface, a world where the past and future collide in ways we are only beginning to understand. Antarctica may be a land of extremes, but it is also a land of endless possibilities. As we continue to peel back the layers of ice, we are reminded that every discovery is just the beginning of a larger journey, a journey that will take us deeper into the heart of the earth, deeper into the frozen veil that guards its most ancient secrets. Beneath the surface of Antarctica lies a world few have ever imagined, a realm as beautiful as it is mysterious. It is a labyrinth, hidden deep beneath the ice, a realm of sparkling crystal caves that shimmer in the eerie blue light, filtering through the thick ice above. These caves, vast and intricate, are untouched by human hands, a rare, unspoiled wonder in a world that is constantly changing. In the deep, dark heart of the continent, where the pressure of the ice is so immense it seems to crush time itself, the crystal caves have remained hidden, their secrets locked away, waiting to be uncovered. The walls of these caverns are lined with translucent crystals, some as clear as glass, others tinted with hues of blue, purple, and green, colors that seem to come alive under the faint glow of the Arctic light. The crystals, ancient and silent, grow slowly over millennia, their sharp, jagged edges reaching up like frozen fingers toward the ceiling. The air inside the caves is heavy, thick with the weight of the ice above and the centuries of time that have passed in solitude. Each step you take echoes in the stillness, reverberating through the walls and amplifying the eerie silence that surrounds you. It is in these caves, deep beneath the Antarctic surface, that the true scale of the planet's ancient past is revealed. The ice, cold and unyielding, holds more than just frozen water. It holds the traces of a time long before humanity, a time when the earth was warmer and life flourished in ways we can only begin to comprehend. The crystal cave are not merely geological formations. They are windows into a distant, almost unimaginable world. As explorers venture deeper into these frozen cathedrals, they are struck by the sense of being suspended in time, surrounded by the silence of a world that has not been touched by human hands for millions of years. The ice that forms the walls of the caves is not just a passive element of the landscape. It is an active participant in the creation of these otherworldly structures. The slow movement of glaciers, their massive weight and pressure, cause the ice to fracture and form intricate networks of caves and tunnels, some of which stretch for miles beneath the surface. These tunnels, often hidden from view, are filled with sharp, needle-like icicles that hang from the ceiling like frozen stalactites. The air is cold, but not in the way one might expect. It is a deep, penetrating cold that feels almost alive, as if the very atmosphere is holding its breath. There is a certain beauty to the frozen labyrinth, but there is also an underlying sense of foreboding. The deeper you go into these caves, the more the land seems to shift and change. The tunnels twist and turn in impossible directions, leading to vast chambers filled with shimmering ice formations. It is easy to become disoriented in this frozen maze, to lose track of time, and to forget that the surface of the earth is still a world apart. Beneath the ice, you are cut off from everything, from the world above, from the warmth of the sun, and from the familiar rhythms of life. And yet, within this maze of ice and crystal, there is a profound sense of peace. It is the kind of peace that only comes when you are in the presence of something so ancient, so enduring, that it humbles you. In these caves, where time seems to stand still, the silence is overwhelming. It is a silence that speaks not of emptiness, but of eternity. The crystals that line the walls, their sharp edges catching the dim light, seem to pulse with the energy of ages long past, as if they hold memories of a world that no longer exists. But these caves, though beautiful, are also dangerous. The ice here is not as stable as it seems. The weight of the glaciers above causes the walls to shift, the ground to crack, and the temperature to plummet. The deeper you go, the more unstable the environment becomes. The risk of collapse is ever present, and the cold, though initially tolerable, becomes an all-consuming force. Yet it is in this inhospitable environment that the most extraordinary discoveries are made. The crystal caves hold more than just frozen beauty. They hold the potential for scientific revelation. The ice that forms the walls of the caves contains trapped air bubbles, ancient remnants of the Earth's atmosphere. These bubbles, preserved in the ice for millennia, offer a snapshot of the planet's past climate, a window into a time when the Earth's temperature was very different from what it is today. By studying these bubbles, scientists can gain valuable insights into the Earth's changing climate, tracking shifts in temperature and atmospheric composition over the ages. It is in these hidden chambers, far from the prying eyes of the world, that we may find the answers to questions we've only just begun to ask. As the glaciers move, the crystal caves are constantly evolving, constantly changing. The very act of exploration, of venturing into the depths of this frozen world, alters the landscape, pushing the ice to reveal new secrets, new chambers, new mysteries. And yet the caves remain elusive, always one step ahead of us, always hiding more than they reveal. With each discovery, the sense of wonder deepens, for it is clear that the labyrinth beneath the ice is far larger and more complex than we could have ever imagined. What lies further down, hidden deep beneath the ice, remains a tantalizing mystery. But there is something unsettling about the crystal caves. The deeper one goes, the more the ice seems to take on a life of its own. The air grows colder, the silence more profound, and the sense of isolation more intense. It is as if the caves are not merely places of beauty, but also of danger. The ice is not just a medium for preservation. It is a living entity, ever shifting, ever changing, ever watching. And as explorers push deeper into the labyrinth, they realize that there may be forces within the ice that they cannot fully understand, forces that are as ancient and powerful as the land itself. For now, the crystal caves remain a mystery, a frozen labyrinth that holds more secrets than we can comprehend. They are a place where beauty and danger collide, where time moves differently, and where the very fabric of the earth seems to shift and change with every passing moment. And as we continue to explore this frozen world, one thing becomes clear. The labyrinth of crystal caves beneath Antarctica is just the beginning of a journey into the unknown, a journey that will take us deeper into the heart of the earth than we have ever gone before. Antarctica, a land of untouched beauty, is not for the faint-hearted. It is a world where survival itself becomes the greatest challenge. The land, cold and relentless, is an unforgiving frontier where every step carries the weight of the harshest elements. It is here, on this frozen edge of the earth, where explorers and scientists face the most extreme conditions known to humankind. The merciless cold, the howling winds, the treacherous terrain, these are the true enemies of Antarctica. In this desolate world, nature is not just a backdrop, but the dominant force. shaping the lives of those who dare to venture into its depths. As soon as you step onto the icy surface, you are confronted by the full force of the land's power. The air is so cold that it feels like ice itself, freezing your breath before it even escapes your mouth. The wind cuts through your clothing, gnawing at your skin with the ferocity of a wild beast. In an instant, the warmth of the sun seems like a distant memory, a fleeting comfort that disappears as quickly as it comes. The wind, relentless and biting, carries with it the force of 1,000 storms, and with each gust, you feel the land asserting its dominance. The ground beneath your feet is no less treacherous. The ice, though solid and seemingly unyielding, hides dangers beneath its surface. The deep crevasses that scar the landscape are invisible to the untrained eye, and in an instant, they can swallow an explorer whole. One moment you may be walking across a smooth expanse of snow, and the next, the ground will give way, and you will find yourself plummeting into the icy abyss below. The dangers of Antarctica are hidden in plain sight, waiting for those who do not respect the land to make a fatal mistake. But it is not just the crevasses that pose a threat. The ice itself is a living entity, constantly shifting and cracking under the weight of its own age. The glaciers move slowly, but their power is immense. As they advance or retreat, they reshape the landscape, carving new paths, splitting the ice, and breaking apart large chunks that crash down with terrifying force. The sound of ice cracking and shifting echoes through the desolate landscape, a reminder that this is a land in constant flux, a land that demands caution and respect. In the midst of this constant danger, explorers must also contend with the extreme isolation of Antarctica. It is a place that is as far removed from the rest of the world as you can get. There is no refuge here, no place to hide from the elements. The nearest help is often hundreds or even thousands of miles away, and the bitter cold of the land offers no solace. The journey here is not just a physical trial, but a psychological one. The isolation, the endless white expanse, and the unrelenting wind begin to take their toll on even the most seasoned explorers. There is no escape from the land's brutal embrace, no respite from the harsh conditions. Time itself seems to stretch in the frozen vastness, and each day becomes an eternity. And yet, despite the overwhelming dangers, there is something magnetic about Antarctica. For those who venture into this frozen frontier, there is a sense of purpose, a drive to uncover the secrets that lie beneath the ice. There is the lure of discovery, the promise of uncovering ancient worlds frozen in time. It is the spirit of exploration that pushes people to brave the perils of the land, to face the overwhelming odds and continue onward, even when the challenges seem insurmountable. The desire to know the unknown, to answer the questions that have lingered for centuries, is a powerful motivator. In many ways, the risks of Antarctica are part of what makes it so alluring. The land is a test of human endurance, a place where only the strongest, the most determined can survive. It is here that the true limits of human resilience are tested, where every step forward feels like a victory against the land's unyielding forces. For those who succeed, the rewards are immense. The discovery of new species, the unlocking of ancient climate data, the unearthing of lost histories. But for those who fail, the consequences are dire. Antarctica has claimed many lives, its frozen grasp pulling explorers into its depths, leaving only memories of their bravery behind. The danger, however, is not limited to the physical challenges of the land. Antarctica's extreme environment has a way of warping perception, distorting reality in subtle ways. The endless white expanse creates a disorienting effect, making it difficult to track time or distance. The monotony of the landscape, the absence of landmarks or reference points, causes confusion and exhaustion. Even the strongest explorers can be overcome by the psychological toll of the land. The isolation, the harshness, the relentless cold, all of it combines to create an environment that tests not just the body but the mind. And yet, despite the dangers and the overwhelming challenges, Antarctica continues to draw explorers, scientists, and adventurers to its frozen expanse. There is something in the very heart of this land, something that beckons the human spirit to push beyond its limits, to discover what lies hidden beneath the ice, to unlock the mysteries of the earth. It is a journey that will push you to the edge, to the very limits of survival, but it is a journey that promises discovery, a chance to be part of something much larger than yourself, something that has been frozen in time for millions of years. As you stand at the edge of this frozen frontier, staring into the vast empty expanse, you are reminded of the power of nature, a force that cannot be tamed, a force that demands respect. But even in the face of this overwhelming power, there is a sense of awe, a sense of wonder. For in Antarctica, amid the perils and the dangers, there is beauty, a beauty that is found not in the safety of the known, but in the raw, untamed wilderness of the unknown. The land may be unforgiving, but it is also a place of profound discovery, a place where the human spirit can find its true strength, where every step forward is a victory over the land itself. As the ice of Antarctica slowly melts, the world stands at a pivotal moment. The continent, which has remained largely untouched for millions of years, is changing. The warming temperatures are causing the glaciers to retreat, the ice sheets to crack, and the ancient waters locked beneath the surface to begin to stir. With each passing year, the secrets that have been frozen in time for so long are being revealed. Yet this transformation comes with both promise and peril, a future where the land's ancient history and its future coexist, where the unraveling of one may lead to the revelation of the other. The retreat of the ice is more than just a physical change. It is a symbol of a planet in transition, a transition that we can no longer ignore. As the ice melts, it releases ancient waters that have been trapped beneath the surface for millennia. These waters, once isolated from the rest of the world, hold the potential to unlock new discoveries. What ecosystems, what forms of life may have existed in these frozen waters? What remains of the ancient earth, preserved for so long in the ice, will be uncovered as the world warms? The answers to these questions could transform our understanding of life itself. But the future of Antarctica is not just about scientific discovery. It is about the fate of the planet. The retreat of the glaciers and the melting of the ice sheets contribute to rising sea levels, a phenomenon that is already reshaping coastlines and threatening millions of people around the world. The very ice that holds the planet's ancient history is also a ticking clock, a reminder that the Earth is changing in ways that we may not fully understand. The secrets that Antarctica holds are not just historical, they are a warning that the Earth's climate is shifting and that the consequences of this shift are being felt across the globe. As the ice recedes, So too does the boundary between what we know and what we have yet to discover. The thawing of the glaciers opens up new frontiers, new landscapes, new ecosystems, and new opportunities for exploration. But with these new frontiers comes new responsibility. As we begin to uncover the hidden treasures beneath the ice, we must also ask ourselves, what will we do with the knowledge we gain? What responsibility do we have to protect these ancient ecosystems, to preserve the fragile balance of life in Antarctica and beyond? The future of Antarctica's secrets is not just a matter of scientific curiosity, it is a matter of survival. The warming temperatures, the melting ice, the rising sea levels, these are all interconnected, and they cannot be understood in isolation. The ice sheets of Antarctica are a global phenomenon, and their future will shape the future of the entire planet. As scientists and explorers continue to uncover the land's hidden history, they must also consider the broader implications of their discoveries. What impact will the loss of these ancient ice sheets have on the planet's climate? What will the world look like when the ice is gone? The beauty of Antarctica is in its rawness, in its unspoiled nature, in the sense that it is a land untouched by the chaos of the modern world. Yet this pristine wilderness is fragile. The ice is not eternal. The glaciers that once stood as monuments to the planet's past are now retreating at an alarming rate. And with the loss of these glaciers, we lose not only the physical land, but also the stories they hold. Stories of a time long past, of an Earth that was once very different from the world we know today. The future of Antarctica's secrets is a future where the past and the present collide, where the forces of nature and the forces of humanity come together in ways that are both profound and unsettling. As the ice melts and the landscape shifts, Antarctica is revealing more than just its history. It is revealing the fragility of our world, the delicate balance that sustains life on this planet. The future of Antarctica's secrets is not just about what lies beneath the ice, but about the impact of those secrets on the world we live in. The challenges we face in Antarctica are the same challenges we face globally. Climate change, rising sea levels, and the fight to understand and protect our planet's delicate ecosystems. The melting ice is a metaphor for the warming world, a reminder that the Earth is changing in ways we can no longer ignore. In the coming years, as Antarctica continues to melt and its secrets continue to surface, we will be faced with difficult choices. How will we balance the need for scientific discovery with the imperative to protect the planet's fragile ecosystems? How will we ensure that the lessons learned in Antarctica can be applied to the challenges we face elsewhere? The future of Antarctica's secrets is not just about uncovering the past. It is about shaping the future. It is about understanding the interconnectedness of all life on Earth and recognizing that the fate of Antarctica is intertwined with the fate of our planet. The melting ice of Antarctica is a clarion call, a call to action. It is a reminder that the Earth is not an endless resource, that the natural world is fragile, and that the challenges we face are not isolated to one part of the world. The secrets of Antarctica are not just for the explorers and scientists who brave its frozen depths. They are for all of us. The answers we seek in Antarctica, the knowledge we uncover, the history we reveal, will shape the future of the planet and the way we live on it. As we continue to uncover the secrets buried deep within the ice, we are reminded that the future of Antarctica is not just about exploration. It is about understanding our planet, protecting it, and ensuring that the lessons we learn from this frozen frontier are used to safeguard the world we all call home.